Done this outside with her, but I've done it plenty inside with the daycare running around her.
All right.
So she's on a leash, and you thread this through right under your butt. And then I hold on to this, and you wait for her to go down. She's been really very good inside at doing this.
Okay.
It takes her about a minute. Out here it might be a little bit different. And then I'll switch spots with you. You can have a seat.
Oh, all right.
Take a load off.
Yeah. We had movers come today,
Relax.
so it's been pretty busy.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy day actually.
Here too.
Oh man,
We
yeah.
have a lot of puppies.
I'm sure some have been picked up, but just from the dog choir I heard from inside, still a lot in there.
A lot of puppies. Tomorrow's going to be a little quieter.
Oh, okay.
But, today was very busy.
Yeah.
It's nice though. It's a nice crew right now. So,
Is it?
Yeah.
That's nice.
It is nice. If you have like one that's like aggressive, then it makes it much harder.
Yeah.
Then you can't have as many puppies there. So there you go. So once she achieves her down, she can go up and down.
Okay.
I don't care. Then and I'm not going to sit on her for half an hour. Then I time her for half an hour. So I'm just going to make her go for 5 minutes now. So 1 minute is pretty good. So that means she's probably been very well socialized and she's pretty used to people and things.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's just the chill part that's
Right.
missing.
Right.
So you should notice that and this might help you with your separation anxiety you were saying when
Right.
she can't be with both of you.
Yeah.
Because she has to, someone could be walking around the house. You have to sit
Right.
here for half an hour. She can't go up and,
Yeah. Yeah.
she has to learn how to self-chill herself.
Right.
So I'm just going to wait for her to go down again, then I'll switch the leash off to someone. Notice how short it is, though. It's just enough to
Yeah.
let her lie down.
Okay. And it's not something like when she does lie down, you don't reward her or anything? No?
Just
Okay.
let her figure it out. Yeah, because you'll be interrupting the whole process.
I see.
These behavioral commands, are different than training.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even the training we're going to do today is going to be mostly silent, but on week 2 we'll start.
Okay. Okay. No, that's good. I'm going to ask
Okay.
a lot of questions.
That's
probably,
all right.
So.
That's good. Now, if she might try to jump on your lap because she's probably used to getting away a little bit more stuff with you. So just brush her off, and I'd put it through there you go. Nice and snug. She has to be the most mellow Malinois puppy I've ever met.
Really? What? No.
Yeah, sorry. You should look up some videos of Malinois litters.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. That's surprising. That's surprising. Well, maybe because I don't know if being the runt, if they're more mellow, but they did say
No,
she was.
not really.
No. All right.
They're all different.
So I guess I was blessed then.
Yes. Usually when they do like the litters, they're like hanging off the handler's pants and
Right.
biting, really biting.
Right. Yeah. That's one thing. Like the
That's
guy
why
was.
they call them malinators.
Oh, I haven't heard that. That's good. I like that.
I forgot she likes to dig. Sometimes if you don't want her to dig, I'll put like a pad under her or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we hadn't done this outside, so it hadn't occurred to me yet.
Right. Right.
But I have noticed.
Should I correct
the
it
pad
or?
there.
No.
Maybe I'll
No.
just put the pad under. You could get her a little bit closer to your side though.
Okay.
Cinch it up a little bit. Put this under you. Silly girl.
Terror. Yeah.
The pad doesn't seem to be making it any better.
Like, I will get to the grass one way or the other.
Smart dogs.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I'll do it, if I'm doing it outside, I'll do it on someplace concrete, like my concrete walkway there or
yeah.
something.
It was funny because even when she was really young, we had her for probably a week, so she was
Yeah.
9 weeks old, and we took on a walk, and we lived in Arlington, so it's pretty residential, and a lot of the townhomes look the exact same.
Yeah.
The steps that go up, and we took a route that we'd never taken before, completely new to her, and we turned around, and she was able to actually, just by sniffing from where we had been, get her way all the way back where she visually recognized.
Yeah.
But then when she visually recognized it, everything went out the window, and she's like, all the things were the same. So she was running up like every staircase thinking it was ours. But it was actually pretty crazy that she got back. Like I said, 9 weeks by.
Yeah.
She probably had to take 4 or 5 turns down different streets and got back.
Uh-oh. Sorry. Do you want this chair?
No,
This chair
no,
won't
this-
tend to.
This is good.
To the ground.
Keeps me on my toes. Keeps me frosty.
We're trying to get you, you know, injured so you don't have to go back.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys. Dog training
My
accident.
dog. What were you doing? I was sitting on a chair with the leash under my butt. Yeah, every time I see my doctor, she's like, "What's that, Bruce?" From my dog. Yeah.
So what dogs do you own your own?
Oh yeah.
Or what do you have?
2 Dobermans, a
Really?
pit bull, and a Chihuahua,
Wow.
and one of our old client dogs is hospicing with us right now, Alyssa, for the rest of her life. She's a husky. So now we have 5 dogs.
Oh my
It's a little bit
goodness.
too many.
Yeah.
2 were client surrenders, the pit bull and the Chihuahua.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well,
So they were just working with they came to you to work with them? And they're
yeah, they've been with us for like our dogs for 7 or 8 years now. Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
Tommy's parents were not really into dogs, or they were into more material things, so they were going to put him to sleep when they moved to California. And we said no.
How old was it?
He was 5 at the time.
They were going to put him to sleep at 5?
Yeah, they said he lived long enough.
Oh my gosh.
So we got them to sign him over to us. And Ziggy, the Chihuahua's owner, unfortunately came down with Parkinson's. Plus, I think he had some other, emotional, mental issues that made him hard for him. So I just said, we'll take Ziggy. He's only so big. So.
Right. Man, I guess would be hard for a shelter, but I would have thought even a shelter at 5 they wouldn't take. Would they not take, or they just
they
didn't
might have. They weren't even going to check.
Wow.
And we had known Tommy by then
My
for like
goodness.
3 or 4 years. So.
Oh. Okay, I wouldn't call him a dog person.
No.
or an
At
animal
all, a
person.
dog person.
That's wow.
They were just, he was just there for their convenience,
Yeah.
to sit with them when they got home from work and they drank their wine. And Tommy's needs were never in their foremost thoughts.
Yeah. And that's sad, and my parents actually. So, we've always grown up with shepherds, but I feel a little bad. And they have a ton of where my parents are, land, and
Yeah.
I think it's probably like 3 acres that they put in an underground fence.
Yeah.
So it's a great life for a dog.
Yeah.
Because they get to go out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they no training.
Yeah.
They're just, and it's like it's really not responsible
Yeah.
about being just because they can be out running around doesn't mean that's
Yeah.
being a responsible dog owner.
Right. Yeah. It's
You know?
usually not enough for the dog.
No,
not in
it's
the
not.
same place.
No, and so they have definitely a working shepherd.
Yeah.
And the thing just barks and yaps
Yeah.
all the time, like it's out of its mind, and it's like she's not a bad dog.
Yeah.
She just is.
Needs something to
She
do.
needs something to
Yeah.
do. Like you guys don't do. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
They're there for their convenience because they want a dog and say they have a dog.
Right. Yeah.
And but they don't want to. Anyway, so they get annoyed with me because I speak. I speak my mind. I'm like, you guys are terrible dog people,
want to try this too? Sure. Well, not yet though. Not until she goes down. We can switch leashes. And don't forget to hold the handle in the other part of your hand,
Oh,
because
okay.
this will be to go out later on in like public. Although she's very good. On the long line, not so good though.
No. You want? She's down. So
Yeah. Yeah. So just say okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
a good idea.
Do you want to switch this chair? It's not as likely to sink.
No, it's a. Let's see if I sing up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just put it up.
Yep.
Yeah. Right under the fat part of your bum.
Okay. There we go. And then like this.
Then hold that.
Just relax.
That's chewy.
But it's, I mean, it is, dogs definitely can sense, and so my parents, I mean, she actually likes my parents.
Yeah.
But my brother, my younger brother, and his girlfriend, who lives at the house, she still hasn't really warmed.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a problem, but she'll still like, she's unsure of him.
Yeah.
You know, and we've been home for 3 weeks.
Are they very like grabby at her?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely can be a little.
Should see if they
intimidating.
could just chill out and
That's
not,
probably, yeah.
grab towards her.
Yeah. But I mean, it's funny. Actually, I mean, actually, just after the second time, I came and dropped her off, and
Yeah.
I think it was Alexa in the car. I'm like, she didn't even turn around and say goodbye.
She's
Like,
like,
she doesn't want
my
to.
friend Libby's in there. Libby, I think she went home before you guys came, but that's her best buddy.
Really?
Oh, they're a terror when they're together.
Oh, that's good. Do they play well together?
They do, but they play the same. So every few minutes, I'll break it up. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll put one in a crate so they can just chill for a moment, then I'll let them go back at it, and they'll
Yeah.
run up and down the stairs, and yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. She was cute. She was there the day I brought her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, that's right. She was
Yeah.
in the crate. But she's been doing really well. I was a little worried because we had a little baby puppy that's come the last 2 days, Bixby, but she's been really great with him. I mean, I've had to tell her to back off a couple of times because
Yeah.
she wants to, push him like a little fluffy ball. But she's listened,
Right. And that
and
was
she
one of
stopped.
yeah.
Any number of things.
Yeah. And when we bring her to the dog park, she seemed to do pretty well with the younger dogs.
Yeah.
And she kind of tones her level of
Yeah.
play to
Yeah.
the size of the dog. Like she'll play really rough.
It seemed like she was toning it towards the energy of the dog. Like we have an older gentleman that was here today, Cujo,
Okay.
and yeah, not the name I would choose for the
Yeah.
dog, but he's had it his whole life, and Cujo just likes that. He likes the ladies, but he just kind of wants to chill a little bit. He doesn't want to be jumped on all the time. And Libby and this one figured that out. And
Yeah.
they just kind of
That's good.
left them alone. And Chewy, who was here today, he's very mellow. And he's just started playing with Libby, and he probably wasn't ready to play with Bailey. And Bailey seemed to respect that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Yeah, I had friends that were like, I got her and we named her, just from Irish, so
Yeah.
Bailey's, the tone, kind of Irish name, and they're like, why would you name that kind of dog that? You name it like Killer or Cujo. I'm like, no, that's the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm like, the scarier the dog,
Yeah.
the more like, fluffy wuffy,
Right,
that
yeah.
you want to.
Like our Doberman. So it took her 3 minutes to do. That's all right. I'm gonna just make you sit there with her for 5 minutes. Our dog's name is Shayna, which means pretty in Yiddish.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Shayna Mädel.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I look because I'm also German. I looked up. It's funny, beautiful in German.
Yeah.
It's some ridiculous like Schafgemagen.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
that's not. No.
No.
Like German's a terrible language. That's really pretty though.
Yeah.
What is it?
Shayna Mädel. That
Shayna
means
Mädel.
pretty. We just call her Shayna, but it means
Okay.
pretty face.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
What a beautiful name.
That was if we had a human child, that was going to be her name. But we long ago decided not to have a human child.
You know, dogs are. When we got her, I'm like, oh my god. I don't know if I could do this with a human.
Dogs are much easier.
Exactly.
Much easier.
That's what people say. I'm like, this is hard. It's hard enough.
Once you get used to it, it's not so hard.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's, you know, building up that, especially, you know, like the stuff we're doing now,
Yeah.
getting that foundation of obedience where
Yeah.
you can control behaviors.
Yeah.
Right.
So it looks like you already put a really good social foundation on her, which is
Yeah,
very nice.
yeah, that's what we, like I said, we
Yeah.
tried to do.
So many dogs come here without that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's harder to do in this area, you know,
Yeah.
because unless the person actually makes the initiative and
Right.
drives to a dog park or something,
Yeah.
you know, it's because I mean where we were at our apartment complex, the dog park was part of the complex.
Yeah.
You know, and walking around, they always encounter. So
Yeah.
it is a lot easier. Was easier for us.
Yeah.
You know, but
Well, there's also the when I'm socializing a dog here, we actually don't necessarily go up to dogs or people
really,
at first.
okay.
We train them the behaviors at first, but it's good
That
that she's
makes
got that
sense.
because we don't want them to fall in
Develop.
with a dog that might not be so friendly.
Yeah.
You know, and might correct a puppy, and
Yeah.
that's what happened to my dog Shayna actually on
Really?
Durai Watch, and she's been fearful of dogs
Really.
since.
And
Much
that's really-
better. You know, she's 7 years old, and she's much better now, but still, she doesn't trust a strange dog.
Yeah. Wow.
You know,
And when did that
she's
happen?
control. When she was 10 weeks old, I want to
Oh,
say.
okay. Yeah, I mean the first from
Yeah, if you want to
Like
really,
18
that's what I
months
mean. You
is-
really want to avoid
Yeah.
anything scary happening to your dog within
Yeah.
that period of time.
yeah, that's
Shayna, case in point.
and it's funny. And reading, I try and do as much reading
Yeah.
as I can, but for every one thing you read, somebody else
Yeah,
says,
oh yeah.
like, bring your dog to a dog park to
Well, it's like,
socialize it, and then someone's like, never do that because if there's a dog
Right,
there
yeah.
that has bad behaviors, it's going to teach your dog bad behaviors.
Well, it's funny that one of the hottest trainers around, I can't think of his name, but his dog training place that's doing the seminars is like training between the ears.
Okay.
And he, we're always taught, don't reward your dog when they're doing something bad.
Right.
And he starts off by rewarding the dog when they're doing. There's some there is a theory to that is good,
Interesting.
but yeah, it's against everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, no.
No, you're right, exactly. Should I try this now? Should I scrap
Yeah.
everything I know?
Yeah.
It's like that in the dog training world. There's a lot of different methods that work. It's just how well the person put together the method, thought it out
Right.
through
Yeah.
from beginning to end for a plan.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I guess whatever it is, it just has to be consistent
Right.
through all
Right,
the way
yeah,
through.
yeah. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
That's why you find so many conflicting ideas, though.
Right. Oh man, it's great.
And also depending on the sport you're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're doing protection or if you're doing agility or if you're doing obedience, there are certain things that are not going to work so well for you.
Huh.
You know?
Yeah, I'm not. So when I got him from a friend, the dad had partnered with another guy, and my friend gave me his number. So he's like, feel free to reach out and ask him questions. And he's like, if you want to make your dog a bite dog, I'm like, no, no.
No, thank you.
Yeah. But I mean, I always research anything, but he was like, for the calcium, don't give him a supplement, just give it a raw egg and crush up the shell and put it in the food. I'm like, okay, but just out of curiosity, I went on, just researched it.
Yeah.
It's like I said, they could split down the middle, be like, no, that'll be terrible,
Right.
could give your dog
Salmonella,
salmonella.
yeah.
And other people are like, nope,
Or
I've
it's
been doing
great,
it for years.
yeah.
Like, no.
It is. Everything's like that. It's all about like balancing your odds,
Yeah.
We'll just wait for it to go down again. Do I want to do that?
Right. Yep. even dog food, you know, and every vet I talk to says something different.
Yeah.
You know, one was like, you know, the trainer, and another vet had said it's stuff that we've used in the past, Blue Buffalo.
Yeah.
And then the newest vet, it's like, no, don't use
That's
Blue
the
Yeah.
worst.
Buffalo. I'm like,
Well, it's not the worst.
Yeah.
We do Blue Buffalo for our dogs. We actually tried to change to From, which is considered a better food,
Okay.
but it really didn't react well. Our dogs' coats started looking worse, and their
Really?
poops got enormous.
Oh.
You know? Like this isn't working the way it's supposed to. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
You know.
So we did.
And we thought they would do well because it's high in protein. Our dogs are very active
Right.
dogs.
Yeah.
You know.
Those things are so lean that they're probably
Right.
hard for them to put weight on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we ended up getting Royal Canin. It was, I don't know,
Yeah.
it was
That's
like
also a good food.
Yeah.
The ones you want to stay away from are like things called Old Roy, or you know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
The really old
Right.
dog foods.
Yeah.
God knows where their meat comes from.
Exactly.
Could be other dogs.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's crazy though with these. I mean, how fast they grow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like every week you see a difference. She looks.
I haven't noticed that with her yet, but I noticed that little tiny Bigsby that came in the other day. Second day, I was like, oh, you already feel a little bit heftier. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
She is so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
So sweet.
and it's funny because she was I think they had already given away all the others.
You can say okay now.
Okay.
Oh, you can pet her now. Once you, that okay is the release word.
Okay.
So we'll be learning that a lot. So once you say okay, you can let it go. Yep.
Right.
You can love up on her. Do whatever you want.
Except reward bad behavior.
Right.
Unless we go by that one guy's.
You know, you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
I won't go to that seminar for a while until I get my new puppy.
Exactly. I'm
Yeah,
just
so
gonna
I can-
forget I ever heard what you just said.
Right.
You know? Gonna erase it from my mind.
I could believe it's like what, like 99.9%.